Now that we've got this complete workflow working where we have a timer that calls a Lambda, the Lambda calls into DynamoDB, grabs the data, and then emits each one of those companies it finds into SQS. The other thing we need to verify is that we have a good handle on how logging works. One of the few portions of serverless that is a little bit tricky is logging. And if you don't set up logging correctly, you can really get yourself into trouble. And so if you do set it up from the very beginning to be comprehensive, though, it's going to be a joy to work with. So step one is, if we go here to my configuration window, you need to make sure that you're able to actually verify that everything's set up the way you want. So here we go. I've got CloudWatch events. That's the timer. I've got the serverless application. Next, what we want to do is go to monitoring. And under monitoring, what you want to do is make sure that you're aware that you know how these different dashboards work. So the first part is invocations. This shows you how many times it's run. The second part is duration. This shows you how long it's run, in aggregate. So like, is it going to take 200 milliseconds or 1 second to run? And then this shows the error count and also the success rate. Now, to get into the specific line-by-line logging, what you'll do is you go to View Logs in CloudWatch. And what this does is that it taps into the exact logs that your Lambda is creating. And the key takeaways here are that you'll want to select the newest log file to see the newest events. I see here this is the newest log file. I go ahead and I create that. And now I have a couple different options on how to search through the logs. One, I could just look through logs like this, and I could drop down and I could see, pretty good messages. And because I used a JSON-based approach, one of the powerful things about that is you can see it breaks down the keys right into subkeys right here. So I could then, if I wanted to, do subqueries on that as well. And that's one advantage of doing JSON-based logging, right? Where in this case, this is a text-based log, right? And there's no way to really break up the data. But because this message is a JSON-based log, you can see it breaks it down into these different sections here. So I can, again, do subqueries on that. Another way to look at the logs, though, that's pretty powerful, this is row-based, is I can look at text-based. If I click on this, this will actually expand all the log messages so I can really see inside of them. And that's a really powerful approach as well. And so I can break down each of the log messages and see the context, like what happened before and what happened after. Another thing you can do, as I mentioned, is I can look for key events. So if I type in message, right, that's one of my key events here. It'll show me every place that message shows up. And I could even do message equals, and I could do, scanning table thing like this. And if I look at that, this should show me the actual event. So one of the things you can do is you can actually search for structured parts of your log message. So you can see that I have message, I have table, I have queue. And so in order to search that, what I can do is I can put these brackets around the message, and I can do $.message. So basically, give me the sub-component of that log message and look for ones that equal scanning table thing. And we know that that's one of the messages. That's right here. So show me all of the different log messages where that occurs. And if I do this, now you can see I can get every single incident that occurred. So this is a really powerful way to drill down into your code, is if you use JSON-based logging, you can break it down and do subqueries. So finally, the log messages are really the eyes and ears of what you're going to do in serverless. And so if you do want to have the highest level of production coverage, you have to really take seriously logging. Fortunately, on AWS, it's very straightforward.